Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Onslaught Legends Season 4. We are into the last match of the day, baby. Hit and Run taking on MAFIA.
Yeah, huge match. We expect two Polish giants to have a great clash. And yeah, what do you think the outcome is going to be?
I think Hit and Run probably fired up from their defeat against Weekend, the crushing 3-0, and want to rectify that defeat quickly by rolling over MAFIA.
Yeah, we see the lineup of MAFIA here with Prufus in the middle. Overall, two teams that, you know, have top of the top players, and I'm sure that we will hopefully see a great clash, because we've seen lately that some games that we expect to be close going into, you know, 3-0 stomps. But yeah, hopefully we'll see a good game here.
Yeah, it should be normally. These two historically have a lot of history against each other. They always end up being pretty closely matched, but MAFIA, outside of, you know, a tournament here or there, they haven't really been able to win something super big, you know, like a WCI and also a Legends series. They'd love to pick up a big victory.
Yeah, we've seen them. I think they are a strong performer overall, but as you said, they haven't really, you know, gotten those huge titles. But I definitely think that a team like MAFIA that have been, you know, playing together for a long time, they know each other well. I think they have the potential, why not, to go for these bigger titles. But of course, if they want to do that, they will have to perform against these big teams. And yeah, we see here the community prediction, very close, slightly towards Hit. What do you think about this, Taki?
I'm on board with this. I also voted Hit and Run. I just feel like they're going to be very fired up after their defeat that they had.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to lose 3-0, especially as, you know, Hit. They are a very good team that have won. All right. I mean, I think Moff had the same prediction as you last game as well, right?
Yeah, he also voted. He also voted for Kirillo. For Vortex, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, for Vortex. Yeah.
We just thought it was. We just thought it was going to be a lot more competitive, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely expect this game to be competitive. That's why I went with a tiebreaker. Obviously, you know, these predictions are just predictions. Any of the teams can win it. The games in Onslaught are always very close, and there are very small details that actually make the difference in some rounds.
The interesting part will be to see what Hit and Run decides to do more so than MAFIA. Hit and Run, 50B, Quad, BZ, E50M, and an Object 140.
On the other side, we have MAFIA with 3 BZs, 1 IS-7, 1 E50, 1 Inspire Tank, and Bliska. So it looks like MAFIA are going to play something heavier. But yeah, might be a clash again, seeing the lineups.
Yeah, I mean, MAFIA cannot just, like, they have to pick a lineup that can fight, but I think it's unlikely that they're driving straight down the middle. And maybe they come out swinging and surprising. However, it doesn't sound too much like them. They're mainly orientating themselves towards the 3-line, kind of in the realms of expected Hit and Run. Looking more to go through the middle of the map.
Yeah, we see Hit and Run driving that double BZ plus another one through the middle of the map. They do stop with Tisek and Pan's Fury, and we see Franix starting to deal some damage in that 140.
And that's important because that 140 wants to get Inspire going. Profuse did find a shot as well, so both teams with the Inspire. Now Tisek and Panzer Fury are opting to come towards the 3-line as well. Yusek taking the cap. That's important because that's a very strong position for that IS-7.
Yeah, we will need to see how Hit and Run react. So far, no one has taken that 7-line strike. We see the E50M from the side of MAFIA slowly advancing there. And I guess from now on we'll see a bit of slower gameplay.
And the E50M from Kono is even starting to chip away at the back of Barbarian, at the back of Ketsa, but there is a rotation, Franek and DJ. Barbarian, you can see that IS-7 just has such a strong position from that gap, peaks kind of hold down, and is able to find that BZ. Of course, the BZ, you know, turret, Yuzek can hit his cupolas, and he's looking for it. He wants to get it, but at the same time he's respecting the possibility of a peak. But Barkis will join. Barbarian will almost be forced to get the reset here soon, and Barkis might even shield or block Barbarian if they feel like they could win out through that way. DJ now boosting towards Kono, but waiting for Franek. The reset comes out from Barbarian and the BZ from behind. Good shooting. Ketsai now boosting towards the middle as well. Kono, in a little bit of no man's land, is going to try and do all of his damage on towards Franek, because he realizes that he needs to do the best to his ability. The boost coming in from DJ, but doesn't want to push Franek out in the open from behind, because there's going to be a Bliskavice waiting. Orchek, can he get the shot? Orchek not able to find it. Franek will finish the object, the E50M, but in return, Monster dead on the 1-2 line as well. Mafia lead the game by about 2000 HP, but Franek on a one-shot as well. The strike being taken, he's going to have to play extremely cautious.
Yeah, that looked a bit costly, right? That two-man push on Kono. Franek there being one-shot. He could play a bit slower. We see Barbarian getting peaked. He takes a lot of damage. He takes 1000 volley.
Bye, Franek.
And yeah, and we see that Mafia slowly but surely are winning in the HP department.
This round looking like a Mafia victory right now. They're transitioning back again on towards the cap. They have Yuzek and Barkis in that circle, although one of them not currently capping. Barbarian in the middle of the map, getting pressured out as well. Orchek is in that window where we saw Sunshine play not too long ago, counteracting those tanks in the middle. Ketsai in a little bit of no man's land as well in his BZ, able to get peeked by Yuzek, Barkis and Konrad. A 3-tap coming in, 1-2. The third one not coming just yet. Yuzek is not able to survive either, but it's still 4-on-5 for the side of Mafia with HP lead as well. Ketsai, does he get one more shot? Maybe, no. He was looking towards Rexar, but couldn't get it with Tisek in the way. And because of that, it's now 2 tanks for hit and run, and it will be Mafia coming in to the streets of Himmelsdorf, holding on. Good initial, get that cap going. Too much pressure for hit and run to handle.
Good pressure from Mafia, and they forced hit and run to make a move. We saw there the push, the double push on Kono. I'm not really sure about the, you know, the HP share there, because it seems that Franek just took all the shots and it was super costly. I mean, we talked
to later on Profuse coming out and striking this 140.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that teams, I mean, we've seen so far very cap-based fights, a lot of fighting around the cap. Teams like to play 3-line, and I'm looking forward to next round. Maybe we'll see something else, but for now we've seen that the most common thing is just to fight around this 3-line.
Yeah, and the size 7 comes in as well, handy for that cap, because of, you know, that turret compared to the BZ is able to play pretty confidently on that cap as well. Push away Barbarian, and it's also costly to reset for them.
Yeah, I mean, we see here Barbarian and Ketsai. Obviously, doesn't mean too much, but they were last on the damage board. Obviously, in that game, you're a tank. You just go towards cap and try to trade to the maximum. But yeah, the IS-7, as you said, it's very comfy to play from 10-15 meters and just play against BZ Cupolas while they can just not pen you. And 1-0 to Mafia. Do you think it will bounce back? On the other side, we have Mafia with 4 E4s, a 140 to inspire the team, and double BZ. Bit of a control lineup from the side of Mafia. We have seen this before, getting matched up against the, you know, 4 BZs that are pushing. And on paper, it looks like kind of a counter setup, but if the BZs play well, they could pick up guns, and it might be hard for Mafia to recover that.
This looking like a lot of pressure on the cap initially, like we saw with Mafia as well, with that IS-7. And Mafia kind of a similar split to hit and run, you know, like sending a little bit of tanks left, right, everywhere. You can see Ketsai in the 140, taking one from Profuse. That's important because it means the Inspire is active. It can mean the difference between hitting an initial shot or not, and Barkis and Profuse do just that. They find Ketsai down
Big
to 2.2. Good damage there as well. Strike being taken by Conrad initially is as well very important, something that Hit and Run did not have in their match.
Yeah, and we see Mafia getting good damage. Conrad taking back, and they actually reset the strike, so Conrad will not have the strike, and this means that they have no decaps.
Somebody will have to go in now to decap, and who will it be? Some resets coming out from YOLO, but he gets punished for that. Panzer Fury taking the strike in return, but getting reset by Profuse in the Object 140. 10 seconds left now. Conrad on the second attempt on that strike. I think this time around he might just be doing it safely. Franek peeking though, he does get the reset just in the nick of time on towards Conrad. So Franek crucially there resetting, and these peaks from Mafia, they're hurting. They will find against Ketsai some success, but it's still 10 seconds, and YOLO finds another reset from 1-2 line, but it's all so costly as now they start to slow march towards the cap. With Rexar, Conrad will finally take the strike, and he will get it on time, put it down. Rexar finds a reset. That's a lot of strike damage coming in, but the result of this decap is a 4,000 lead for Hit and Run.
Yeah, they had to sacrifice a lot to get this these decaps, and it looks pretty tough in terms of HP. However, Hit and Run have a few tanks stock, but I think it looks pretty bad. We see Monster making his way up behind Rexar. He's probably going to put a shot into him, and Yuzek taking another hit from Tisek. DJ getting flipped. We didn't see it on camera, but he gets flipped. Let's see. Barbarian manages to flip him back up, and Monster gets the kill on Yuzek. And yeah, it looks like Hit and Run are slowly picking up the guns. However, it's still close.
Yeah, this unflipping from DJ, he does one less shot of damage. Barbarian loses some time with it as well, who's pushing forward on towards Orchek. Monster now low as well. They forgot about that BZ around the cap circle. Monster is 665. He could die to the next shot, but he doesn't. He survives on 4. Orchek now getting pushed by Barbarian on the 2 line. However, we see that BZ from Hit and Run isolated as well, so he might be in a little bit of trouble. Orchek definitely going to get one more shot as well in that against that BZ with his E4. He will not die. Level 3 Juggernaut ability is a big reduction, but still, even with the flip, even with the good plays from Mafia, the initial lead generated by the need to decap seems to be too strong, but still, it's only 1k between these two. Barbarian still boosting forward, wants to get Barkis, but it will not happen. The strike not available for either team. Monster falling against Barkis. Tisek, however, picks up the pieces. Now YOLO and Profuse in a 3-on-2, and with Franek on 1.6 and going to pick off YOLO, it is not going to happen for Mafia. We will leave Himmelsdorf, even Stevens, 1-1.
Yeah, even Stevens indeed. We saw a very close game, but I feel like Mafia just traded too much HP to be able to get those resets. It's very costly, and it's very hard to come back against a team like Hit. We've seen in previous games how, you know, big HP if Mafia would be able to get that strike first timing, right? If Conrad wouldn't get decapped, I think we would look at a very different game, because they wouldn't have to trade as much. They would have the initial shots, the initial volleys, and they could slowly play from there. But yeah, good stuff from Hit to get the decap, and that puts the pressure onto Mafia, which had to trade a lot of HP in return.
But across the board, so hitting some good damage to Profuse in that 140, 5.7, doing what he's supposed to do. You see there the strugglers, you know, Ketsai and DJ. I think Ketsai could have survived. Never underestimate 375mm of APCR pen on an E4.
Yeah, I think he could have survived as well. I mean, overall, the i7 is there to trade. Yeah, it's mainly Nepal, Klurf, Ios. Let's see the lineups.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar. We might see some changes because it's very common. So far, nothing changed. And we see on the side of Hit and Run, double BZ, 1 IS7, 3 If50Ms, and 1 Inspire.
Mafia double BZ, 1 Inspire as well, 350M, CS63. So the only difference here is 1 extra heavy for Hit and Run. The choice of Inspire tank, and then at CS63 probably for the middle strike in the beginning.
Yeah, we see Profuse there in the Hurricane. CS63, which will most likely, as you said, try to go for that middle strike. We see hit and run opening quite heavily towards middle. They have one more tank, both teams taking the info. This initial info is very important because it gives the necessary info to react. We see Profus making it into the strike first, and I'm not sure if DJ will dare to peek that.
What does hit and run do now? As a reaction to this, they're sending a second BZ. E50M getting peeled off towards 1-2 line. Cats are taking a shot as well. Monster finding one into the back of Uzek. But so far, honestly, this is okay for either team. The big danger here for Mafia is the timer that they run, because Franek is kind of taking the east all by himself, all by his lonesome. And you can see, and we can see, no lightings available. It depends on how many things hit and run has spotted, but I think everything. So Franek has that strike for free.
Ooh. Yeah, he should take it very slowly. Monster taking big hits, 1000 HP minus, and I want to see what reaction hit will do, because Mafia have, you know, slow pressure on the cap. Franek didn't take the strike yet. He's slowly trying to find out more, and now he finally steps into the strike. And yeah.
He will start taking the strike. There's an E50M on the 5 line. It could be annoying, but so far he's not going out. And there's actually a blind reset on towards Franek, so really good shooting there from one of the players from Mafia. Kono finding a little bit on T-Sec as well, and currently Mafia up 4000 HP against this hit and run lineup. They are doing a good job at dealing the damage, but Franek does pick up that strike though, and that one will hurt if they opt to use it on Uzek and Conrad. But the shooting is good though from the side of Mafia, constantly finding those connections.
Yeah, they are finding connections here and there. We saw Monster also trying to retaliate. He peeked on top, shooting these BZs. But so far, it looks like Mafia are slowly gaining advantage in HP. We see Profus taking the strike again. And we see that Orzech is actually rotating unspotted towards the field. And it's time for Franek to run.
But look at the rotation from hit and run. It's Barbarian and T-Sec coming closer. Franek maybe baiting them in. There needs to be a reset coming out. Uzek gets spotted out. Monster gets the reset, so Franek was going to be holding on to the strike. But here comes Barbarian in support of Franek, and T-Sec is close enough as well to make himself be known. Kono might spot out Barbarian in a second. He does now find both of these two players. He misses the shot as well. Orchek a little bit too far away, and this might be a mistake here for Mafia. Look where Orchek is. Look how far away he is currently from Kono.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they react on the one line, and they do react. Bark is pushing in towards Monster. Monster two-shottable. Meanwhile, Uzek and Conrad as well hunting Pan's Fury, and it looks like Mafia are finding something over here.
Yeah, they're going to find Ketsa, they're going to find Panzer Fury, they're going to find Monster as well, but they still need to make the kills though, because Monster left alive. Ketsa trading it out against Barkas. Rexar comes in and picks it up. Profus is going to die against the combination of the double BZ in the middle. Ketsa with one more shot available for him. He misses it on towards Barkas. People falling left, right, and everywhere. Ketsa down, Panzer Fury down, and Monster down. Now Orchek still in a little bit of no man's land in the AX, and that's the Inspire tank. We talked about that a few times. He's very, very important, but he's also very, very healthy.
Yeah, Orzech trying to make it out, and we saw that Mafia did find a few guns, and Kono managed to run away in time and buy a little bit of time for his team to pick up. And we see now Uzek establishing control over the strike, and Mafia should really calm down the game because they have advantage. They picked up one more gun as I was talking, and it looks like they should have it in the bag.
They will have it in the bag, but looks like T-Sec taking a lot of damage at some point in that BZ towards the mid-strike, and hit and runs have a lot of HP, but they needed T-Sec to survive longer for that.
Yeah, T-Sec taking there a lot of damage. We see Bark is...
That's a blind on towards Franek?
Yeah, looks like a blind. Bark is picking up the info. They do have a strike. Let's see if Franek goes down. Strike is played well. And he goes down.
Really good stuff. I think there was a blind from Orchek on towards Franek, and then the kill with the strike. Just all in all done very, very well. And now DJ boosting across, Barbarian closing from the other angle, and Mafia looking to put match point on the board. and they will do it as well. They'll cap out, they'll win it out as well. Good reaction from them once they spotted the forest push, hit and run. Leaving that IS-7 up front, it has its usage, but you also see it gets quickly overpushed when needed.
Yeah, and we talked there about the rotation, right? We saw that Orzech was rotating towards field. We saw that Barbarian was slightly later, which could be the cause why it took them a bit longer to kill Kono. But yeah, overall it was, again, quite a close round, I would say. It's just that the IS-7 is very close. He's easier to pick up than Kono, for example, that has mobility and can kite away a little bit and buy time. And yeah, good stuff from MAFIA.
It's really good for MAFIA. Picking up 2-1. Quickly looking at the predictions that are still possible. You predicting MAFIA, Keyhand predicting MAFIA as well. So that's still a possibility in the future. Orzech surviving, very important as well. 4.6k damage, good stuff by him.
Yeah, very well played there by Orzech, and representing the Cent AX enjoyers, picking the Cent AX over the 140 and showing that Cent can still be played, my beloved Cent. On the other side, we see Barbarian staying alive, not having that much impact, as I said, slightly slow rotation, which is a bit annoying. It's not necessarily an individual play, but it's just, you know, just a bit too slow. And we saw there that, but yeah, let's see the lineups. Hit and run with double BZ, one IS-7, double E50, and they do actually pick an RHM for this game.
In return, MAFIA also picking an RHM. So both teams double BZs, an Inspire tank, AX versus 140, double E50M, and then a Bliska versus an IS-7 being the only real difference.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see duel of Ketsai and YOLO in the light tanks. I like that Bliska from the side of MAFIA might be good if they manage to overpush a flank or find something. Has good alpha, good DPM. And we see there the RHM of Ketsai boosting Monster. YOLO, meanwhile, taking the info. Let's see if he manages to do so. He does take it, first timing, and he will get whole info of the team. And we will see Rexar and Yuzek at the same time. Ooh, taking their 2 shots is not that bad, and putting the initial cap pressure.
So MAFIA again kind of leading the pace, which is very unorthodox in a matchup against Hit and Run. They are currently taking the strike on the east as well. Good shot from Perfus against DJ, good reset against Monster as well. That's the RHM coming in, and yet again it is Hit and Run bleeding. It's Hit and Run being punched by MAFIA, by this team, and now you can see Hit and Run converging though. RHM, IS-7 moving towards the 1-2-3 line. Yuzek and Rex are about to be in a lot of pressure, but MAFIA is ready and waiting. Really good damage on towards T-Sec, minus 1.5k. He's getting clapped from the back as well, and I think now that MAFIA come to realization Barbarian just wants to go in. He knows that they need to do something. DJ coming from the off angle as well. Barbarian's the first one in trouble though, down towards 676 HP. A good shield coming in from DJ. They need to keep him alive. Rexar is probably going to be the first one down. A shot from DJ should put him in, but Ketsa coming in with the light as well. 1 HP. Heals coming in as well. Rexar pushing forward. Yuzek now the next one to get focused out by Hit and Run, who smelled the overmatch. They find it as well, and Yuzek should have left this area quite a while ago. He tries it at the end, but that is little too late as Hit and Run smell that double BZ. They go for it as well. They pick them up. It's close still, but there's now isolated targets just like Hit and Run had on round number 1. Barkis gets rolled over, but the RHM from YOLO booking it out across the K line. It's only 500 HP difference, with Barbarian and T-Sec rather low. MAFIA's got something to play for, and YOLO could be a big thorn in the side.
Yeah, YOLO taking here the side flank. However, it looks very tough for MAFIA to recover. Right, they have YOLO, they can still try to play, but Hit and Run have Ketsai that's full HP, and we see Conrad being slightly isolated, and he's gonna get picked off as well. Good reaction from Hit and Run.
Yeah, DJ in return taking a lot of damage as well, though, in that BZ. Some more damage coming out on towards the opposing tanks. It's still 1,000 lead for hit and run, but mainly that double gun, and YOLO getting spotted out now as well, taking a big shot from DJ. Strike being taken by Ketsai, Profuse needing to push in, and T-Sec re-establishing that crossfire angle on the one line. Hit and run are very good at closing out this endgame situation, and by the looks of things, this one will be no different. As Ketsai picks up the strike, he starts moving in closer as well, puts it on towards Orchek, who's down towards a one-shot, potentially for even a BZ. Franek moving in as well on that very healthy 140, and it will be a tiebreaker between these two.
Yeah, tiebreaker as expected. We all expected a close game. Good initial pressure from Mafia. We saw that they did have the combo of RHM and E50M to reset Monster and not allow them for, to pick up that strike. However, I feel like they got...
In a close game like this, 1 or 2 shots can make the difference.
Yeah, especially since they had a 2v1 in the middle, right? They know that Profuse together with, I guess it was another E50, they would win the middle. So if you boost away in time, it makes you even more valuable, right? Because you have cover from the middle. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. We see YOLO. I mean, it's hard as an RHM. It's not really your job to do damage either. We see Franek on top with 5,000 damage. The BZs, actually, Barbarian leading the charge. He managed to take the initial volley, doing good damage there. And yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from Hit. I mean, you guys can still get 1 point, right? It's
exactly.
Not bad.
I mean, we'd make it 4 for 4 today. Lineups though between Hit and Run and Mafia tiebreaker. Hit and Run triple BZ, Type 5 heavy, Object 140, and a double E4.
And we see Mafia on the other side bringing double Type 5 heavy, quite heavy, with double BZ, double E50M, and a 140. What lineup do you like more, Daki?
Mafias.
I feel like Mafia have, enough HP to anchor City, possibly. And the double E50s with double BZ can play together. And we see that both teams are actually opening towards field, right? They are actually Mafia bringing the double BZ towards middle. They will commit with both, and we see the same from the side of Hit and Run. E4s have more punch. Conrad taking a big hit. Monster as well. And Mafia will take the strike unless they get reset from the field. I think Conrad should be. Yeah, Conrad will get the strike. And I think those two types, Daki, in the city will slowly take up ground. They have a lot of HP. And Hit and Run could be in trouble.
Conrad reversing a little bit too much, ends up getting shot by T-Sec as well. Monster giving a shot towards Yuzek, who's pushing past together with Barkis. Franek, Ketsai now taking strike and info of their own. Hit and Run still down in HP, but that's mainly due to the guns. The strike coming out, does it hit both? Yes, it will, so 800 extra. Conrad taking another shot though. Should be YOLO taking that one if you want to make this play, but he ends up taking it. They will both connect, so good shooting from YOLO and Conrad, big damage, but now you gotta be careful with Yuzek and Barkis because there's about to be a hit squad pulling up. It's the 140 and the double E4, and I don't think that Mafia is quite ready for this as Barkis takes 1.5k to the face, exactly as well. He will be pushed back, and Monster now coming out for the peak on the YOLO. Hit and Run starting to slowly edge themselves ahead and pushing back this double type, and there needs to be a Mafia reaction because Barkis is feeling the hurt. Minus 1.5k yet again. DJ does not miss this 375mm of APCR, does not care. Now Yuzek coming for the body block, but Barkis is already dead. I'm not sure if this is the move for Yuzek to try and keep him alive. Can Barkis find one more because of this? They gotta focus out one tank, preferably the 140, but they're unable to do so. Barkis dead, Yuzek soon to follow as well. Hit and Run come back into this tiebreaker, rolling over. Mafia's attempt at the cap, that E4 supported by the 140 just too much. They leave Ketsai by himself in the field, and the E50Ms of Rexar and Orchek with no real game impact sitting at that F line. What were they contributing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. The double E50 is not really contributing much. They are just anchoring there. You know, having lower alpha doesn't really give that much impact when you trade off your super heavies. And we see Hit and Run grabbing a very big HP lead. They are still even on guns. Not anymore. Barbarian picking a big gun there. And we see DJ leading the charge here and tanking the shots. Looks like Barik is gonna finish YOLO. And yeah, those E50Ms not really bringing any impact.
No, everybody from Hit and Run involved into the fight one way or another, while Orchek and his fellow E50M of Rexar are kind of just anchoring a position where they're not doing anything, where the fight is not around them, with them. Their Type 5s are getting repushed, they're still in the F line, G line waiting, and Profu's the last one standing, and Hit and Run do a really good repush on the 3 line. Type 5 great tying, but double E4, they're not bouncing. They shouldn't.
Yeah, the E4s against the Type is just goes like knife through butter, right? And yeah, Hit and Run bouncing back. We saw them going from 1-0 to 1-1, from 2-1 to 2-2, and they do take this tiebreaker. And good stuff from Hit.
And now we see the dying moments of this team, though, of Mafia. It is going to be a Hit and Run victory coming out as well. I think this is amazing by Hit and Run. The recovery to come back into this matchup was pretty strong from them.
Yeah, good stuff from Hit. And I think that Mafia had a good start. The good thing of their lineup was that they have that double E50, right? That has a lot of punch, a lot of opportunity to overpush something, and it just felt like they didn't really react, unfortunately.
Yeah, indeed. So when you have a Hit and Run lineup that involved all tanks into the fight versus having only 5, it makes a big difference, especially when it's the E50Ms that are supposed to deal the damage. They are supposed to be topping the scoreboards.
Yeah, and we see how Yuzik and Barkis both died with 1 shot of damage. I mean, maybe they could have done 2. We see 4-4-1. But it's just like they traded their HP for nothing. I mean, if the E50s are there with them, like on their sides and can repush, maybe would have been better. Who knows? I mean, definitely, in my opinion. But yeah, we see here DJ and Pan's Fury putting up good damage. Ketsai 4K as well with the BZ. And overall, good performance from Hit. Franek staying alive, 3K damage. Yeah, good tiebreaker win from the side of Hit.
Good recovery as well, 2-1 down, bringing it back 3-2. So mental strength there for Hit and Run coming in, recovering. Really good stuff by them.
Shows good character as well to come back. It's not easy to be down every single map, and yeah, I felt like they played correct. In my opinion, Mafia. Obviously, after the game, it's very easy, but in my opinion, that double E50M really should have had more impact in this round.
Yeah, they just didn't put them in a position where the E50Ms could really thrive, and I think that's an oversight. But even then, the E50Ms at some point gotta react, you gotta do something, right?
Yeah, definitely. We see the standings here, and as we spoke earlier, Weekend topping off the charts, 5 wins, 0 losses. Can they keep it up? They have 2 very hard games coming up.